Hello and welcome back to race 30 of the 2019 Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship, fueled of course by Petron. As always, my name is Aaron Thompson. We're coming to you now for race 30 of the season, but before then, a quick walk down the pit lane.
Hi guys, race 30 about to start here. Quite excited for this race, should be a good one, so make sure you watch.
Thanks Luca. Now back up to race control to watch the start of the race.
As you can see, we're still under safety car starts because unfortunately the lights haven't been able to be fixed. We've got an action-packed schedule here this weekend. Not enough time for the crew here. The excellent staff here at the Sepang International Circuit to get out on track and fix the lights. But I understand from race control that we'll be back to the standard operating procedure tomorrow morning. But in the interim, fantastic experience for everybody to get some rolling starts. And you can see here John Dizzen from the Philippines in the purple number 96 car, or even the pink number 96 car at the front of the pack, leading Sneha Sharma down the main straight as Nico Pino in the red number 78 goes to the outside and they all go wide. Luke Allen up the inside now on the orange number 57 of Fred Peters, while Maurice Machapa tries to fend off the red number 58 of Elias Sapatin, who's all the way back in last position still. Is that Fred Peters or is that Sohail Shah? Sohail Shah and Nico Pino around the outside of Sneha Sharma, who tries to maintain her position but has to back out for fear of other consequences as Luke Allen comes down through turn 2 in his blue number 3, seems to be up into P4 at the moment, just behind Nico Pino. Nico's going to hold him off on the exit of turn 3, up the hill into turn 4 though. Luca got an excellent exit. He's going to have Nico on the upside of turn 4. He's got a better position than Luca and neither driver really has any space to maneuver, as it seems that Sohail Shah now up into first position, taking it away from the pink number 30 or number 96 of John Dizzen as they come down into turn 5 now. Well, interesting happened here. Looks like there's the purple car just behind trying to make a move. I couldn't quite make out who that was, but in first position now is Indian driver, newcomer this weekend, Sohail Shah in the orange number 24 car. Just behind him, the pink number 96 of John Dizzen, and just behind them, one of the championship favourites, Luke Allen in the blue number 3 car. Rounding out the pack, we've got the red number 78 of Nico Pino, who seems to have just been pulling off a tear off just there, and he's got to be looking in his moves because Maurice Machapa is making a move up the inside at turn 9. Fantastic move there from Maurice, did exactly the same thing in the last race against Luke Allen, and it looks to me as if Fred Peters might be trying to make a move in the orange number 57. If we have a look to the left-hand sides of your screens, you'll see there's an orange car and a red car. That's Fred Peters and Nico Pino. I should say Nico Pino and Fred Peters challenging for position. Let's focus now on the battle for second position though. John Dizzen is being attacked very heavily by Luke Allen. Luca looking every which way to see how he can get past the man in front of him, the pink number 96 of Nico Pino. Luca goes very wide on the exit of that corner, but keeps it all intact down the back straight now. Of course, you can see all the pit boards out in force to let the drivers know exactly what's happening. It looks like Maurice Machapa is going to take advantage of the battling going on between John Dizzen and Luca Allen. Luca now going up the inside, and looks like we're going to be 3 wide further down the order. Let's hold this camera angle so we can see what happens in the battle for 4th position as Fred Peters goes around the inside this time of turn 15 with Nico Pino, and just behind them Elias Sapatin trying to make position as well. Elias side by side, we've got 2 red cars, 78 and 58 side by side. That's Nico Pino and Elias Sapatin. Elias of course fighting for the championship with Luke Allen, so he's got to get back up to the front of the grid as soon as he can. But now Fred Peters in the orange number 57 is cutting off Elias' entrance to the corner, so Nico Pino is going to take it back from the fiery fin. Elias comes in, looks like Nico drifted out just a little bit. Elias is in position now to try and make a move up the inside at turn 2. Is there going to be any collision? No, there's not. Fantastic driving from all drivers there to make sure that nothing happened as we now race in front of the Malaysian flag coming through turn 3, up the hill into turn 4, and we still have an Indian at the front of the pack, but the Sassling Irishman, the blue number 3, is just behind him. Of course, we know Luca, a very experienced hand here at the Sepang International Circuit, and while Sohail Shah has a lot of experience in Formula cars, driving the F1600 and the LGBs in India, unfortunately it's his first time in a Formula 4 car, so he hasn't got quite as much knowledge of this track, of this car as Luke Allen, but he's doing well for himself so far. Managed to get himself up into first position, and now he's holding off against Luke Allen, and if he can do that for another 16 minutes, he may well have his first race win, his first international race win of his career. And if I understand correctly, this is his first time out of India as well, so it will be a fantastic experience for the young driver to come away with the win, but he's under a lot of pressure, as you can see from Luke Allen, and of course Maurice Machapa in the pink number 13 just behind them. But further down the order we have John Dizzen, who seems to be doing a fantastic job to hold on to his 3rd position. He may well be able to continue doing that and hopefully fend off Muisam Shaffer, but I'm sure the local fans are not going to be happy about that. The Malaysian Rocket, as we like to call him, is going to be charging as hard as he can. Let's have a look at his lap times. He's doing a 2:18.396. That's faster than John Dizon on the opening lap, but of course John was under heavy pressure from Luke Allen and also the Sohail Shah as well. But coming down through turn 13 now, you can see the cars start to brake for turn 14 in just a moment. There you go, there's the braking point, and we've got a lot of pressure now here for young John Dizon, because Elias Panin has managed to make his way up into fourth position, if I'm not mistaken. He's now going to go around up the inside here on the under braking at turn 15. You can see the pink number 96 and the red number 58 side by side as we come into turn 15, and Elias says thank you very much, takes that position, and Fred Peters just behind John is going to try and make a move as well. Can he get the slipstream coming down the main straight and make a move up into turn 1? He's a little bit too far back to make that happen, but Luke Allen is in exactly the perfect position, and that's an interesting shot. You don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. All the cars single file right on the edge of the left-hand edge of the circuit, as Luke Allen now dives all the way around the outside at turn 1. Does he have enough momentum to carry himself into turn 2 and make a move? I think he's decided against it. Looks like he's tucked himself back in behind the orange number 24 of Sohail Shah. Sohail defending very well so far. Let's have a look at the lap times though. Sohail doing a 2:16.983 and Luke Allen doing 2:16.783. So Luke has definitely got the pace, going about 2/10 of a second faster, at least on the last lap, as Maurice Mushaffer seems to be catching up to the two gentlemen in front of him as well. Not quite close enough to make a move, but close enough to apply the pressure and hopefully wait for something to happen. As Luke Allen goes all the way around the outside at turn 4, sets himself up to make the move stick through turn 5. That's a quick look down at turn 5. Here we go, side by side through turn 5. Fantastic shot there of Luke Allen overtaking the orange number 24 car. Luke now back to the front of the grid, exactly where he wants to be. With Maurice Mushaffer in third position and fourth position, Elias Van Elias is going to go side by side with Maurice down into turn 7. No, decides against it, but that would have been a fantastic thing to watch. Now we've got an interesting situation here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got two faster drivers, Maurice Mushaffer and Elias Panin, just behind the orange number 24 of Sohail Shah. Not to say that Sohail's not an excellent driver, but he doesn't know these cars as well as Maurice Mushaffer and Elias Panin do, and that's exactly what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, we've got Maurice Mushaffer takes the position away at turn 9, and Elias undercuts both of them at turn 9. Going to go all the way around the outside to take Maurice at turn 10, and now he's going to have a look through turn 11 to try and seal the deal. Can he hold on to the line? He's pushed very wide, but it looks like he's got it. He looks like he's got it, and Sohail Shah has been taken advantage of by Fred Peters, and he's got a position as well. So now the order is Luke Allen, Elias Panin, Maurice Mushaffer, Fred Peters, then Sohail Shah. So that's terrible news for Sohail. He went from third position back to fifth position in the space of about 3 corners. Very unfortunate, but you can't blame the driver there. He drove very well, but he was left no space at all coming out the exit of turn 9. So come down the back straight now with Luke Allen for the first time this weekend, leading the lap here at the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship race 39. Looks like further down the order there's going to be an overtake here between perhaps Nico Pino and John Dizon. Nico trying to fend off John from making any maneuver around turn 15. Can John have a good exit? Looks like John got a fantastic exit, but he's going to duck back in behind the Chilean driver and perhaps try and get the slipstream to come down into turn 1 now. You can see the gap from Elias to Luca is already quite substantial, but Elias doing a fast lap time, doing a 2:16.256, for about a 10th of a second faster than the man in front of him, the sizzling Irishman in the blue number 3 cars. We come through turn 1, nobody quite close enough to make anything happen at this juncture. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a big hill up into turn 4, and of course turn 3 is an interesting section as well, and that may well set them up well for the next braking point, which is turn 9. Of course 5 and 6 corners where we always see action. Fantastic overtake just in the last lap, I believe. And turn 7 and 8, we had a lot of action there last year with Alessandro Giretti and Kane Shepherd, but unfortunately this weekend so far nobody's quite been brave enough to make a move. Elias Panin had a look up the inside of Maurice Mushaffer last lap, but decided against it and held off, and that was evidently the right call, because 1 corner later or 2 corners later at turn 9 he managed to undercut 2 drivers and seal the deal coming around the outside at turn 10 and down into turn 11 as well. Fantastic maneuver there from the Finn, really showing the experience he's gained so far this year in his Formula 4 career. In fact, Elias is still a rookie driver, of course. This is still his first year in Formula Motorsport, but he's done fantastic well for himself, and I think we're going to have a quick replay of the action now. Here we go, this is what happens with Elias Panin. Maurice Mushaffer makes a move up the inside of Sohail Shah, that's the pink number 13 on the inside of the corner, and then Elias Panin sees his chance, undercuts both drivers as Maurice puts the orange number 24 into the gravel, and Elias goes around to the outside at turn 10. If we continue watching, you can see the frustration there from the Indian driver, the orange number 24, Sohail Shah, but Moise made a move that he thought he could stick, and Elias took advantage. That's the full story. As we come down the back straight now, if I'm not mistaken, we have a fantastic battle brewing between Luke Allen and Elias Panin. Elias about a 10th of a second faster on the last lap, and this lap so far set the fastest first, second, and third sectors, going a 10th faster than Luca in the first sector, 3/10 faster in the second sector, and significantly faster in the third sector as well, about 4/10 of a second. So he's gained, the gap was at the beginning of the lap 1.5 seconds, and he's gained his way back to 5/10 of a second. He's within striking distance already. What is going on for Luke Allen this weekend here in the blue number 3 car, as Elias Pan in the red number 58 has a little look, but tucks himself in nicely down into turn 1. He's going to follow through turn 2. I'm sure he's going to build up as much momentum as we can, take advantage of the slipstream up the hill into turn 4. Perhaps have a look at turn 4, but it looks like he's a little bit too far back, so he's going to hold off, maybe try again at turn 9, or perhaps even turn 15. As we know, these are the hard braking points, and this is exactly, it's not to say the easiest place to make an overtake, excuse me, it's not to say that it's the easiest place to take an overtake, but it is perhaps the most likely spot to have a successful overtake. As we continue now with the on-screen action coming down into turn 5, you can see Elias really trying everything he can, trying to catch up to the man in front of him. He's done a fantastic job so far, now within 5/10 of a second of the Irishman in the first sector. Luke Allen 2/10 off, but in the second sector, Luca responds, is now less than a tenth of a second, about 500 of a second slower than the man behind him, but he has to put his foot down to the floor if he wants to keep the fiery fin in that position, and I'm sure that's on his mind as well. You can see the red number 58 in his mirrors, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, knowing that the man behind you is going to do everything he possibly can to beat you. But Luke Allen, experienced hand now, knows this car well, knows this championship and this series, and indeed this format well, having some experience in Formula 4 UK as well. So we come down through turn 12 now, the blue number 3 still in the lead of the race. Let's have a look at the sector 3 times as they are cut. In just a moment, we've got a 39.288 from Luca and a 39.348 from Elias. Luca definitely putting his foot down and responding to the challenge from the fin, but just not quite able to find the same sector times as his rival, as somebody goes very squirrely on the exit of turn 14. That looks to be the red number 78 of Nico Pino. Nico driving well for himself, but he's got to put his foot down if he wants to catch up to Sohail Shah and make a move happen there. Is Elias close enough to do anything at this corner, turn 15 on this lap? Not quite enough, but at 8 minutes 40 seconds left to go on the clock, he's got plenty of time to make something happen, and he's definitely closing in. Let's have a look at the times as they cross the start finish straight. Elias is a 2:15, Luca is a 2:15.537, Elias is a 2:15.322, so he's within 3/10 of a second. You can see the gap is almost nothing. Elias is going to try and go all the way around the outside, and he's got the speed. He can, if he holds it there, he's going to have a dive up the inside at turn 2. Is he close enough? No, he seems to lose a little bit of speed on the exit of turn 1, not quite maintaining enough momentum to make anything happen down into turn 2, and unfortunately lose there for Finland, but a brief surprise for the Irish driver. As the duo now come up into turn 4, you can see in just a moment Elias is going to have a look around the outside perhaps, but no, he's going to duck back in, deciding wisely to hold off for a better chance, a way to go past the Irish driver without risking too much. As we come down through turn 5 now, you can see the possession leading behind them as Luke Allen maintains his first position. He fought hard for this, Luke Allen. He started third last on the grid, up into first position now, and he's got Elias Panin behind him, and behind them Moise Pichaf. Let's have a look back down the grid to see what times are being done. Moise Pichaf doing 2:15.841, so he's about 5/10 back from the leaders, but if he can put his foot down to the ground, he might be able to catch them up with the 1.8 seconds difference at the moment, but the battle between the two of them has to slow down. Both drivers and Moise Pichaf may well be able to make something happen if he can put it all together. In the first sector, he matches both of the leaders' times. In fact, he's slightly faster than Elias Panin. In the second sector, he's 1/10 faster than both drivers. So let's see what happens in sector 3 and 4 with 7 minutes left on the board. We have approximately 3 laps left. So how much time does he have to knock off the leaders to catch up to them? Well, he's got a 2-second gap. In fact, I was wrong earlier on when I said 1.8. That's the gap from himself to Elias, so it's even worse. It's even worse for Moise Pichaf. He's got even more to overcome, but it is doable, especially with the battle here between the two leading drivers. They may well slow themselves down and allow Moise to catch up. Looks like Elias had a little bit of look, or perhaps even Luca went a little bit to the outside, trying to cover any possible move Elias might make on the off-camber corners. They come down across the start-finish straight once again now. Luke Allen still maintaining his first position. In fact, the lap times now between himself and Elias Sapanen are almost equal, within 1,000 of a second. Of course, Elias really doesn't have much time to catch up because he's now stuck in behind the Irish driver, and he's going to try exactly the same move as the last lap. But he's done it a lot better. He's locked up. He's locked up something slightly on the exit of turn 1. We saw a little bit of smoke. You can have there fantastic graphic comparing the lap times of 2:16, 3:67, and from lap 3 from Luke Allen. That was a tenth slower and 1 second slower in lap 4. Wow, that's amazing. So Elias gained a whole second in lap 4. That's a fantastic race there from the fiery Finn. As we come around turn 4 now, though, Luke Allen managed to hold on to position, driving his heart out here in race 30 of the series, across the 40 race series, fueled by Patron as always. And let's have a quick restart, a quick look at the action here. There we go, Elias trying to take the outside line. He sets himself up beautifully, carries the same speed through the corner, manages to maintain it without losing momentum. But here something goes wrong for him. He seems to have a little bit of a puff of smoke. There we go. Rear left corner is locked up as Elias Sapanen now making a move up the inside of turn 9. Can he make a stick? Luke Allen gets pushed off onto the grass. He's got absolutely nowhere to go. And Elias now walking away with the lead, and that has severely affected Luke Allen. You can see the pink number 13 of Moise Bouchard is now within striking distance of the Irishman as well. This is unfortunate news for Allen, but very fortunate news for the hometowns. Of course, the Malaysian rocket, who's now within striking distance, looks to be about 2, 3, maybe 4 tenths of a second between the blue and pink cars. And Moise, of course, has a clearer mindset now. He's not going to be frustrated about losing position, so maybe able to take advantage of all of that and try and make something happen with Luke Allen. But let's have a quick replay of the overtake at turn 9 now. You can see Elias Sapanen positioned himself very well, the red number 58 car on the inside of the corner. He comes up. He's definitely in front of Luca, and Luca at this point really has nowhere left to go. Elias used the full racing line, and Luca is forced out onto the grass. Or his other option was to brake very hard, perhaps locked his tires, and might have ended up even worse for him. He gets back onto track as soon as he can, but the damage has been done, and as you can see, Moise Bouchard now right up behind him, coming down into turn 1. Luca does a little bit of a fake there, trying to hold off Moise, but Moise isn't having any of it. Keeps himself in behind the Irishman, sets himself up very nicely, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to try and get a slipstream coming up into turn 4 and have a look up the inside or even around the outside. We've seen Moise go both ways at that corner, and he definitely has the talent to make it happen. But the question is, can Luke Allen hold on? 3 minutes left to go on the board. All he has to do is keep that car behind him for another 2 laps. And of course, Frederico Peters as well is now taking advantage of this situation, because Luke Allen's step with the Elias Sapanen at turn 9 has bunched up those 3 cars, and now Frederico Peters has got to throw his hat into contention for 3rd position as well. And Moise Bouchard will do well to keep an eye on the mirrors, make sure that the orange number 57 car doesn't have a look up the inside. In fact, at turn 9 he may will be close enough to make that happen. Let's have a look at the lap times. We got a 2:15.653 from Fred, and 2:16 dead from Moise Bouchard, and 2:17.984 from Luke Allen in the first sector. Fred Peters, second fastest man on the track, so he's definitely closing into Moise. The gap between himself and Moise was 7 tenths of a second at the start of the lap. Now it's got to be less than that, because he's already gained 3 tenths of a second in the first 2 corners, or 4 tenths of a second in the first 2 sectors, I should say. And of course, you can see that being reflected on track, but that's got something to do with Moise now having to focus on trying to get past the blue number 3 car. But you can see the gap between the car belonging to Luke Allen, of course, Moise as well, and the pink number 13 just behind him has widened. That may well be because Fred Peters tried to make a move, and Moise Bouchard had to defend, and we didn't quite catch it. But coming down the back straight now, you can see Elias Sapanen is taking full advantage of this battle, really, for 2nd place between Luke Allen, Moise Bouchard, and Fred Peters. Fantastic. And we're coming into last lap now, I just heard in my ear, so Elias Sapanen has done well for himself once again to get back onto the front of the grid, and may well just win this race, the 2nd race of the weekend. Fantastic driving from the fiery Finn. But back in 2nd position we have Luke Allen now fighting for his life with Moise Bouchard and Frederico Peters. As we come into turn 1 though, nobody quite close enough to make a move. Looks like Alan managing to respond to the threat from Moise, sitting at 2:16.023, which is about 3/10 of a second faster than Mustafa. But Federico Peters doing a 2:16.211, and as we mentioned, second fastest man on track in the first sector, and doing well for himself in the second sector, losing a little bit of time in the third and fourth sectors, though perhaps Moise saw him coming and decided to put the throttle down. And that doesn't really affect Luke Allen though, because he's got to still worry about Moise Mustafa and Federico Peters no matter what's going on, because this is for the championship, ladies and gentlemen, and looks like Luke has got a tough battle for himself in the remaining events with Elias Pan in the red number 58, because he is driving fantastically so far this weekend. Elias, as we all know, setting himself up on pole position after a disappointing, well, not a disappointing free practice, but after perhaps not the best free practice he was hoping for, because Luke Allen came out on top in that session. But then in qualifying, everything flip-flopped, and Luke and Elias Panin was up in pole position by about 3 to 4/10 of a second, if I'm not mistaken, and went well for Elias in the first race. Managed to lead from the first lap, build himself a 3-second gap by the end of it, and now he's back up into first in the second race as well. So fantastic driving so far from the Finn. Luke Allen, though, still defending from Moise Mustafa, slightly, I'm not going to say further down the order, but one position down the order. Of course, the battle between Luke and Moise and Federico Peters for second position is still raging strong. And further down the order, we've got the battle for fifth position between Sohail Shah and Nico Pino. Nico Pino within 5 or maybe 6/10 of a second of Sohail Shah, driving very well, especially considering it's his first ever time in a Formula car this weekend. But I see on screen there, incident at turn 4 being investigated. I'm not sure exactly which incident that is in reference to. We saw something go on at turn 9, but I'm not sure that warrants investigation. Of course, that's up to the stewards and the race directors to determine. But in any case, the red checker flag is being waved, and Elias Pan in the red number 58 car takes it once again for Finland. Just behind him, Luke Allen in the blue number 3, and they cross the line together for third position. Moise Mustafa and Federico Peters in fourth.
Quite good weekend. I was fastest in every single session apart from free practice where I had old tires. In a reverse grid race, I managed to get the overtakes done quite fast, and then I managed to get win on the second race.
I suppose starting from qualifying, I was unfortunate to get a dodgy set of tyres, which my front left was collapsed. So obviously after being fast in free practice, it wasn't a nice feeling then being off the pace, kind of out of my control a bit. So I suppose that was a bit of bad luck, and but managed to turn around the weekend, or managed to put down the results. I think they're okay, fairly consistent on the podium.
Oh, it was okay. It was a nice race. I really had a not really good start, but I managed to give it up with Luca and Elias. But I think Elias was quick at that time. So yeah, but I think I did great in the race too. So yeah, finished second.
Yeah, race 2 was really fun. I started second with reverse grid rolling start. I fought with the pack for half the race, then I finished to 7th. It was a good feeling. Along with that, I also improved my lap time, and I'm quite happy with my progress. Soon I look forward to be fighting in the front of the pack.
A fantastic drive from all, and really, ladies and gentlemen, with that, as you can see, they've all come to the Parc Fermé. So with that, really, it's the end of the race. So for me, Aaron Thompson, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.